Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to a new episode. There's a strange moment in life when everything is normal, peaceful, quiet, and then your brain decides, let's end the world. No warning, no logical trigger, just a vibration from your phone, a message, a thought, a memory, and suddenly, your heart is auditioning for Fast and Furious. That's about anxiety. It never asks permission. It shows up like an uninvited relative who brings chaos, sleeps on your couch, and eats your emotional energy. But anxiety isn't random. It isn't drama. It's biology. Ancient biology. To understand why your chest tightens at 3 a.m. because you remembered something embarrassing from 2009, we need to go back thousands of years to a time when fear literally kept you alive. Why your brain still thinks you're in the jungle. Humans haven't updated their emotional operating system in about 200,000 years. Your brain is running Stone Age software on modern hardware in a world of Wi-Fi, deadlines, and social media. Imagine a caveman hearing a rustling sound in the bushes. He has two choices. Think logically, probably just the wind, or panic. Tiger, death, run! The caveman who panicked survived. The logical one got eaten. So panic was rewarded. Fear was rewarded. The amygdala, this little almond in your brain, became evolution's favorite drama queen. And now, thousands of years later, you're sitting in a cafe, waiting 5 minutes for someone to reply. And guess what? Your amygdala is screaming, "Tiger, tiger, they hate you. You'll die alone." To your brain, emotional uncertainty equals death. Embarrassment equals death. Silence equals danger. A late message equals apocalypse. Evolution built anxiety as a survival tool. Then placed you in a world where survival rarely requires running from predators. But your brain still behaves like it does. Anxiety doesn't just make you think something's wrong. It makes your entire body join the performance. Your heart rate shoots up because your body thinks it needs to sprint. Scientists call it the fight or flight response. You call it, "I'm dying." Your breathing gets fast and shallow. Not to scare you, but this is literally your body preparing to run for your life, even if you're just sitting on the toilet, doom scrolling. Sweat production increases because ancient humans needed to cool themselves while escaping predators. In modern times, it just ruins your shirt before a date. Anxiety shuts down digestion. Food in stomach, not important. We're dying. This is why many anxious people feel nausea, stomach pain, IBS, and butterflies that feel more like angry eagles. When stress hormones flood the brain, the logical part, your prefrontal cortex, shuts down. This is why you forget simple things. Names, words, why you entered a room, why you opened the fridge. Over 264 million people worldwide suffer from anxiety disorders. That's more than the population of Germany, France, and the UK combined. This isn't rare. This is the world's most common mental health condition. Anxiety rarely looks the same twice. It's a shapeshifter, a psychological Pokemon. First shape, social anxiety. Not fear of people, fear of being judged, misunderstood, or humiliated. Someone with social anxiety doesn't fear conversation. They fear the replay of the conversation that will haunt them at night. Second shape. Generalized anxiety. The constant background noise of worry. Nothing specific. Everything terrifying. You feel like if you stop worrying, the universe will collapse. Third shape. Panic disorder. Full body shutdown. Chest pain, tunnel vision, dizziness. You're convinced you're having a heart attack. Over 25% of ER visits for heart attacks are actually panic attacks. Fourth shape, health anxiety. You get a headache, your brain Googles, "Am I dying?" Google says, absolutely. Fifth shape, functional anxiety. The high-performing anxious person. Successful on the outside, crumbling on the inside. These are the people who say, "I'm fine," but their Google search history says, "Why do I feel like crying on the bus?" Your nervous system has two modes. First, sympathetic, fight or flight. Adrenaline increases. Heart rate spikes. Muscles tense. Digestion stops. Brain goes into tunnel vision. Second, parasympathetic, rest or digest. Breathing deepens. Body relaxes. Mind clears. Anxiety is the overactivation of your sympathetic system, even without danger. Your body is pumping adrenaline for no reason. Scientifically, your amygdala hijacks the prefrontal cortex. Emotion hijacks logic. Fear hijacks reason. You know you're safe. Your body disagrees. Here's the part nobody talks about. The most painful moments of anxiety aren't the panic attacks. They're the quiet collapses. The silent mornings where you wake up tired, not physically, but emotionally. The days where your brain buffers. You hear people speaking like they're underwater. The constant feeling of being on edge, like you're waiting for a bomb to explode. The guilt. Feeling weak for something you cannot control, but the shame. Pretending you're okay because explaining it feels harder than surviving it. The midnight moments, when your brain whispers, "What if things never get better?" This is the part of anxiety that rarely makes it into Instagram posts. The messy, lonely, suffocating part. The dark comedy of panic. A stranger says hi. Your brain forgets the English language. You answer, "I'm good." You think about it until 2045. Or someone compliments your shirt. You panic. You say, "Thanks, I bought it with money." Then exit the elevator like a broken robot. Or, "Doctor, it's just stress." Your brain, "You're lying because I'm dying." Or the most dangerous. You make eye contact with pretty woman. Your heart launches a rocket. You drink water and choke on your own saliva. Romance. One more. You text someone. They see it. They don't reply. You plan your own funeral. Anxiety is a tragic comedian. It turns normal moments into psychological theatre. Let's see statistics that are both comforting and terrifying. 1 in 3 people between ages 18 to 40 report severe anxiety symptoms. Women are twice as likely to experience anxiety due to hormonal plus social factors. People with anxiety are 5x more likely to visit the ER. Around 70% of people with anxiety experience sleep disorders. Over 50% develop depression alongside anxiety. 40% experience physical symptoms like chest pain, numbness, or dizziness. Anxiety is the 6th leading cause of disability worldwide. You're not alone. You're part of the most anxious generation in human history. But the strength inside the storm. People with anxiety love deeply, care deeply, feel everything with the volume turned all the way up. You're sensitive, but that sensitivity is also your superpower. You notice details others ignore. You sense danger early. You protect people you love fiercely. You survive storms inside your chest every day that no one sees. You walk through life carrying a heart that beats too fast, a mind that thinks too loud, and a soul that tries so hard. Anxiety isn't weakness. It's a brain trying desperately to keep you safe in a world that overwhelms it. And the fact you're still here, still trying, still surviving imaginary tigers is proof of a strength most people will never understand. Thanks, my friend, for watching. If you like this episode, give me a like and subscribe.